Good morning. Morning good. Bunny divine. Bex, reformats, reptile fire up in here. Divine chosen. 144. Good morning, KKS, Leslie. Doing good today. Consciousness changing online. But I don't take it for granted, Changing for the better. I appreciate the good time, but I don't become attached to it because that's just the nature of life, Be grateful for the good time and the bad time, like being in a marriage with life. And the more I serve humanity, the more I realize, yin and yang is everywhere. There's a constant changing, right? Nothing is permanent except change. Good, there's a human experience of a battle between good versus evil. On a spiritual level, we're all one. So the more we can recognize the disharmony, the more we can bring harmony quietly. Because we just want to live in harmony. But this harmony is going to happen because why? Ignorance, ego. To help people to suffer less on the planet, to not hear sad mothers and fathers say that their kid take their life, and to hear people who are our elders happy and not be abandoned in retirement homes. It's a big deal to me because we need to take care of our people, human beings, It's really important. It's just we can't do everything, but we have to do what we're called to do. Not everyone's going to be sound healer, but you're going to be a good mother, father, a good grandma, grandpa. There's a role for everybody. And that's the good news. Everyone has a role. There's no non-role people who are alive. Some people may be more negative than their roles. Life is what you make of it, You can turn the worst things into the greatest things, and you can turn the greatest things into the worst things. It's just what kind of life you want to live. Some people have more faith in negativity than love, and that's what they get. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's what they get. But those people teach us so much. Good morning. Welcome, Tino. Thank you for teaching me how to love myself. It's one of the things you have to learn if you want to be happy. Self-love. Before I learned to love myself, I just didn't. So I was constantly looking for girlfriends, looking for like people, even just people to hang out. I didn't know how to be alone, and so you end up having a best friend that may not even make your life better, but you just don't want to be alone. That's all you know, and that's a lot of people. But when do we learn how to be happy with ourselves and alone? Because our best friend's not always going to be there, and we don't want to be nagging our partners while they're at work all day with texts. And that's what a ton of people do, annoy their partners, and then it leads to breakup, right? Because all that attachment is toxic, but nobody's going to talk about it. Because why? We don't know our values. When we don't know our values, we don't know who we are. And when you don't know who you are, you keep choosing people who don't know who they are either. And that's not a good foundation for marriage. Two lost people trying to find their way with each other but don't know who they are. And what happened to their children? All effed up. But the thing is, that's why we out here. I'm tired of seeing people who don't get support, We're here to support each other the best we can. Because our parents are doing the best that they can with what they know. Sometimes our parents come from broken family too, And so, I'm not here to play the blame game. We're here to play the understanding game. Even though ignorant people will see it as judging, which it is, but you gotta judge to make an understanding. Because before you understand, you do judge it. But that's why when I see people say, don't judge, it's just cute. Everybody judges. It's just immature to say don't judge when you do it every day. Right? It's immature. It's just sometimes you hang out with immature people. And that's a lot of people. Because many people are not into spiritual devotion. Because why would they be? There's a lot of video games to play, Why the heck would you be interested in developing yourself? The newest Korean drama just dropped and you're trying to chill the F out today. Light it up. Eat it up. Welcome, Mr. Muse. We do the spiritual talk in the morning. I mean, in the evening too, it's just... I'm aware that if I talk less, I grow faster. But the consequences of growing faster is sometimes your community doesn't gain wisdom because you're just focusing too much on the number that our communities aren't learning but you just get more popular. I can't do that. I don't want to grow and y'all don't grow with me. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of growing if your community doesn't evolve too? And that's why we gotta keep it real and not just put on a theater show, play some bowls, and shut the F up, and don't speak about the real talk. And that's what a lot of people do. Try to entertain you more than share you the wisdom. I just have a hard time with that because I know there's no point in following the numbers and growing when your community doesn't grow with you. But not everybody wants to hear the real talk. Some people just want me to STF you and hit the balls. Please. I don't want to hear this crap no more. But if my heart tells me I have to be talking, it doesn't matter what they want. You gotta follow your damn heart. Let's see here. The Japanese flute matches is dark and mysterious. So you gotta balance it with this one, I think. And I'm aware on this path I'm gonna be pissing people all the way till I die. I'll be pissing people off but also cracking jokes too. People are gonna get pissed off at me, just like my master and my teacher. Because nobody wants to speak the truth. It's not lucrative. But we're here because of community and love. Because you are worth it. We are worth it. Your life matters. You're not just here to be a cash cow for people to manipulate. Therapists make so much money. If you stop joking, I'm going to pee off. Well, actually, yes, I can see it. Welcome you, Dead Crow. I'm reading 2 chat boxes. One is TikTok and one is YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We out here. I'm thinking about getting a new mixer because this one is really effed up. I bought it used on eBay and it was like a bad deal. No. That's why you see me keep fiddling with it, because the audio is so screwed up. Draped up and chopped and screwed. How to quickly release stomach blocks from negativity. That's a good question, actually. Stop your body. Center yourself. Watch the blockage. You are not the blockage. There's energy stuck. For you to dissolve it, you have to pay attention to it and breathe. On the exhale. But of course, it's more technical than that, because sometimes the blockage is you need to face it with fixing your damn life. Maybe the blockage comes from you having low money, or you need to get your damn money game up. Maybe you have to sell some items in your house. Maybe you have to let go of some friendship that you don't want to let go of. You know what I mean? Maybe you have to let go of some relationships. Maybe you have something you can't afford, like a BMW you can't afford, and you have to part ways with it because that BMW is making you stressed because you have to make payments you can't afford on it. That's where sometimes you have that blockage. There's a lesson in there, but you don't want to see it because the ego sometimes wants things. But that's why your foundation to life, it must be peace, love, harmony. Because if you're out of harmony, you can feel it in your chakra system. I cannot afford this car, but I bought it. Or go sell it back or whatever. Get rid of it and get something that makes your life harmonious and slowly build. You don't want to jump to the next level and you're not prepared. Right? So you have to slowly improve. Don't just think you're going to jump. You can take the leap of faith, yeah. But the best way is to slowly improve and live humbly, frugally, but dream big. Because if you want a BMW, genuinely, you deserve it. Nobody, that's your damn dream. There's nothing wrong with material. It's just you have to understand the cost of everything. If you don't have the funds and you get something, well, now you have a problem. The cost of relationship is your time, and you got to spend time with each other. You're going to learn about their baggage. There's going to be some effed up thing about them You have to share some effed up thing about you, right? Then if they want kids, you have to talk about, are we down? Who's gonna pay the bill? Are we gonna work together to pay the bill, or is one? So there's so much involved, and if you don't do the cause and effect and you don't pay attention, then you're gonna have a lot of arguments that are immature because y'all ain't talking. I mean, this is pretty standard if you have mentors in the community. You know, if you have people who help each other, but instead, I don't know why this. Sometimes I wonder why I don't hear more talk about practical life changes in the communities. There's a lot of just entertainment, but where's the wisdom sometimes, you know? Because I'll sit and listen to people's live stream, and it's just a bunch of things that don't help people, but helps you to be entertained. Where's the real talk that help? Like, if you're successful and in live streaming, why don't you share how you got there? If you're a musician who's successful, teach people how you got there. Instead, we're just looking for groupies because it makes money. That's bullcrap. Because if we all just shared how we succeed and what is our inspiration, like maybe you are successful at parenting, that's a treasure. Like when you have a happy child and a happy family, God, that's a treasure for people to hear about. How did you do that? Why is your kid peaceful? How did you keep your kid not be addicted to the iPad? Like that's knowledge people are trying to hear about. But you see, it takes time. And if all you think about is you and your family only, and never help others when your family run in trouble, it's because you didn't help people to begin with. When you help people, the good work that you do protect you from negativity happening often. It's going to happen. But if you're constantly helping people and you run into a wall, like you run into trouble, people trying to help you instantly. But if you never help nobody and you run into trouble, nobody will help you when you need help. But of course, help yourself first. Have balance with yourself and slowly improve. Slowly improve your money, slowly improve your health, slowly improve your discipline, slowly improve your gratitude, right? Every day, my gratitude for life gets deepened, right? Every day, like everything's improving. Do you know where I could find more info on Buddhism? Right under your nose. Or if you want more info, Google and YouTube has a ton of us. The way I studied Buddhism, I just watched documentaries over and over and over and over and over. BBC and PBS documentary on the Buddha. I used to meditate on it. And then I intuitively memorized the whole story. Right? And then as I became more inspired, then I explored a little bit more. The Four Noble Truths is the foundation. It's more about application than religiosity. Right? I follow what's practical more than following rules. Because sometimes you follow a bunch of rules, you don't even know why, because they're not rules. They're suggestions for you to contemplate on. But people think it's rules. You should do everything in these rules to be a monk. It's more about observation. Like, why is that rule there? Like, for example, I know in Christian, there's a 10 commandment. It's like, it's not really a command. It's for you to contemplate and reflect on why that's there instead of, okay, I just follow it without thinking. Right? Reflect on why that's there and see if you can apply it. Right? And one big thing I learned from the master, but this is more advanced guidance. You can do anything, but don't be attached. That is advanced guidance. Because most people don't know how to be non-attached. But when you get to a certain level where when you can detach, the rule is you could do anything, just don't be attached. But most people don't know how to put the smoke down, the alcohol down, and so you're attached. That's an issue. Now you're going to suffer. People are shaped only to take and take, not give back. When one tries to give back, a flood of negativity. People are very sensitive to failure and hard to accept themselves while positive. We make things so damn hard because we learn from other people how to make it difficult. I feel like Buddhism might be where I belong to. You belong to love, joy, peace. The Buddha wasn't Buddhist and Jesus was not Christian. But the kingdom is within. That's in the scripture. The way is not in the sky, the way is within. All the mystics say the same message. It's already within. But we want to follow a certain label. And some people follow the label, but they don't know how to follow their heart. This is an issue. And that's why I resonate with the spiritual. But I'm grateful for the religion because it's like a roadmap that leads to a treasure. Wait, somebody's birthday? Oh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Kelly. Happy birthday, dear Kaylee. Happy birthday to you. I know your eyes in the morning sun. I respect religion because I grew up in religion. But eventually, if you seek something beyond, you're going against what you've been taught. But guess who did that? The Buddha did that. Jesus went beyond what he was taught. But why don't we go beyond? Because it's scary. A lot of haters. No, that's the wrong way. When I chose to become more spiritual, my mother thought I was becoming Christian. Because she didn't know she didn't know better. I didn't know. It's just like, I'm just following love. And I don't see myself as like a messiah or anything. I just follow love, the end. People want to label you because, sometimes people do that. Right? That's people want to recognize patterns. Like, oh, he is a hippie. He is a monk. He is Christian. He is Buddhist. Right? I am just happy. I am happy. That's a great. I'll take that one. I am joyful. I don't mind that label. Excuse me. The spiritual jokes, cute spiritual jokes. Silly happy jokes, Thank you. Have a good day, Kaylee. Welcome, Karma. Minty up in here. Oh, look. Hello, Nightbot. Nice to see you. You're always here, Nightbot. Thank you so much. Welcoming Marina, nice to see you. Marina Strabibi. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and wisdom. I wish it was mine. I don't own it. I just practice it. I'm literally just bald guy growing his hair out again, who had the bowl. Oh hell, Nightbot. What are your thoughts on Bashar? If I don't know where the source comes from, I don't trust it. Right. Who are you? How did you end up that way? What did you do before? Are you disciplined? Because there's a lot of people channeling information. Some just happen to be more popular than others. Right. So if it's coming from the energy that's ungrounded, I don't listen. I mean, I'm open to listening, but I need the source to come from a grounded place. Because when the source is airy, like channeling in a way that's ungrounded, I'm very skeptical, because if you listen to ungrounded wisdom, you end up in your head, making you more airy. That's why it's called ungrounded. Right? When you're channeling, oftentimes people channel from their head and not their heart. When people channel from their heart, there's more gracefulness to it. So when I hear people, but his wisdom, yes. Well, to me, it's I'm sure there's some profound wisdom, but I still don't know where the root is coming from. My principles tell me if I don't know where the roots come from, I'm reluctant to listen, because the real root comes from within your own heart. And if they're not teaching about the inner root, inner kingdom, then I don't know what they're talking about. Because if you're not teaching people to start within, then we'll be looking for God in the sky. We'll be looking for Buddha in the clouds and Kuan Yin floating up there somewhere. It's all in here. That's it. He does that, yeah. Well, if he does a good job, he'll grow. I mean, that's why you're asking about him, I don't mind it. I mean, if what they're doing is great work, it's going to grow and it's going to last, right? A lifetime or more, many lifetime. When Bob Marley does great work, That's why we still listen to his songs. That's multiple lifetime, right? Many generations listen to Bob Marley. It will last. Like, do you think it's disrespectful for someone that doesn't currently practice to visit a temple to learn? I think you should do whatever your heart's inspired for you to do. It's better to be hungry seeking than to be scared of doing something and not do it at all. I explored many places. I've gone to many Baptist church, right? I've gone to many like Hare Krishna temple. I've gone to drum circles, channeling circles, Reiki circles, because I'm trying to look at what's out here on this planet. Like what's going on up in here. I've gone to many metaphysical shops, many sound healings, many the worst one is yoga events. Yoga events, the worst ones. This is all about ego, because you just want to be seen posing with, right? I don't think it unites people. I think it's just an ego fest. That's what I notice. I'm sure there's some humble people, but a lot of times it's about marketing your brand. But I'm sure there's some good ones who are humble out there, you know. It's just what I've seen is like, it's more about being seen doing spiritual, quote unquote spiritual things. Right? But it's more for marketing, yeah. Trendy. Yeah, explore. I explored, but I think the best places to explore nature. Have you ever seen just a big tree? You're like, that is dope. Like that's why we meditate under a big tree every Sunday, because it's nature, it's natural. Sometimes people don't go to the temple because they're like, I'm not Buddhist, can I go? Or they don't want to go to church because I'm not Christian. But when they see a tree, there's no question, we're just gonna chill. Oh wait, Buddha and Jesus was chilling under the tree. So I mean, and people need to be in nature more anyways. So that's a great place, you know. Imagine on Sunday you go indoor again. That's kind of outside. So I'm grateful I have a discipline where I go outside, I rollerblade, and on Sunday we literally have the place where we do sound bath is under a big tree. Because people need fresh air away from the boxes, you know. Rooms and squares and phones and rigid line. When you see a squirrel, it like when it's on a tree, it's like hunkering on the tree. And the fresh air. And then the campfire or something, you know. Ooh, beautiful campfire. If y'all don't like going, like, just go at night somewhere. Just spend a night at a cabin somewhere and just stare at the That's why I'm looking at a new mixer, because it keeps cutting out. I'm not sure if it's the mixer or anyways. Right. Have you look? If you just sit around the campfire, grill some corn, and just be authentic and genuine, and learn to be silent around the campfire too. Sometimes, you know. Like here, we do a lot of talking, but there's a deep meditative experience too. So you have to have a balance, or else you might drain some people, or people may drain you. But when there's instruments, there's a reason to be quiet. You know, like, oh. Molina. Then later I wanted. Yeah, the thing is, look, when you grow up in a certain, like when you grow up Buddhist, and you change religion, you're gonna get natural judgment. Why? Because your homies are Buddhist. If you grew up Christian and you try other religions, your Christian homies gonna judge you because all they know is what they've been taught. But seekers are willing to go beyond the box to see the dots. Like, it's about peace, love, happiness, respect. At the end of the day, some people call it Jesus Christ. Some people call it the Buddha nature, nirvana, enlightenment, awakening, Kaiwu, awakening the Kundalini. It's all the same thing to me. But some people know Buddha is the only way, Jesus only way, Krishna only way, Muhammad only way. But when we become more mature, the way is within. But it's just mature people who are like more omnist, who are realizing there's something in all religion. Right? They call that the omnist. But it's more like, that makes sense. Love would be like, we do that because of love. Love's dope. But genuine love is profound. Because you can be addicted to romantic love and then that heartbreak. Well, why do you heartbreak from romantic love? Because you don't know who you are. So you get drunk off the romance. They call the butterflies. I feel the butterfly in my stomach. You text each other all night long, call each other, and then eventually, if it doesn't work out, you cope with a little shot of Henny. And you hear T-Pain in the back, buy you a drink. I'm gonna take you home with me, putting money in. And then you realize you're single. So you're like, one more, please. Oh, my heart hurts, man. I might just go home with me. No money in the bank, 'cause I spend it on alcohol. Good morning, Sister Grace. Talk to me, I talk back. Let's talk spiritual, I talk back. Mystic Village, meditate. Link in the bio. Oh, behave. Let's just meditate. We're having too much fun. Can't do that, okay? This is very serious. Test 1, 2. There we go. You can check out Sister Grace AZ, by the way. Does a beautiful sound healer. Beautiful sound healinger. My Man with a Flute Studio by Ghibli. Studio Ghibli. Yeah, the spirited away people. I guess I'll get on. Yeah, do your part, sister. You gotta develop, you know. The more people developing, improving, because some people it's gonna resonate with you more than me, right? I think I think I'm gonna start labeling people who, like, when you live stream sound healing on TikTok, I'm gonna give you a tag, you know what I mean? Because you can give people tags on here. There we go. What should the tag be? Can you do a sound sign? Sound healer. Okay, let's see if that shows up on Sister Grace's thing. So people know to check them out. So I'm trying to support sound healers on here so people know. Shaman tag. Let me know if it pop. Maybe it has to be approved. That's okay. It's just, you know, the main part is that people feel comfortable here, so you're gonna just be yourself. Sometimes people are not gonna like who you are, but they don't have to. Remember, some people don't like what I say, and that's okay. Not everyone's gonna like resonate with everything. Some people criticize. That's what people do. Since the beginning of time, somebody criticized you. Oh, that's a pretty baby. Or somebody judged you, right? That's a pretty baby. It's all good. The thing is, it starts to burn you when you make it personal, right? When you make people's negative criticism personal, then you kick your own butt. Because you didn't have to, but when you make yeah. Exactly. That's just how it's gonna be sometime. Who else sound healing? The people judge me on here every day. Right? Every day. And it's not personal. Like when people judge you, It's not always personal. It's just people say stuff online because we're trying to connect with each other, because we're a community, So that's why I have to, say all this, because I care. It's love. Sound healer. Who else? Zen Master Mike, Willow. People, I just want to say, people have been on that sound healing recently. A lot of people have been on. Right? Judging someone like you hurts my. It's okay. You're trying. It doesn't hurt me because I sign up for it. I sign up to be in front of the camera, and sometimes people have pain in their heart, and sometimes people have been hurt by their family, and they come here, and sometimes they feel caught, because I look very vulnerable. Right? I look like an easy target. Because I'm not going to be like mean back. But I'll have boundaries. I won't be mean. I'll have boundaries. And sometimes you're sad and you got no one to tell it to. Well, bald guy growing his hair out is a great target. Right? So, because when you're nice, people who have a lot of fire, like that's why bullies bully innocent kid, because that's an easy target. So I've been, you're welcome. Don't be mean and have boundary, exactly, because I don't need that energy in my life. Unless I'm feeling sassy on Friday when I have to babysit, Doesn't look like it's Friday today. Thank you, Zendo Music. Yeah, exactly. We all have different views, but we can respect our differences and love each other for the differences. We don't have to all have the same view. That's freaking boring. That's why I like when I see people disagree or criticize me. I'm like, thank you, because they teach you about your principles. They make you more clear about what you truly believe. Because if you truly believe in something, no matter who judge you or criticize you, that's just who you is, and you're happy. But if you don't know who you are, you'll get triggered pretty much instantly until you gain wisdom and practice. Until you practice, wisdom would result, and maybe become more wise. Has a lot to do with experiencing life. And I've been live streaming for over 5 years, so I'm kind of used to getting called every weird name in a spiritual book: charlatan, black magician, deceiver, snake, fake. Whatever. And then it's just words. It's more about, thank you, Zinda. It's more about my purpose. I'm here because my purpose. I love helping people, but I know I can't help everyone. But I can help the people who are open to the double pinky up, bald guy growing hair out, cracking jokes in an inappropriate time, laughing at sadness, and making things better. Because what helped me get through my sadness was a lot of humor. So that's why when I see sadness, I believe in people, but I also sometimes laugh at sadness, because I That's how I react initially to double pinky. What's that? So when you drink tea, this is called a thunder. See, thung. That's how you download from the heaven. Thung. The thunder hit your pinky, and it goes in the tea. Now you have that holy tea. Well, if you want double thunder, see, double pinky, it's extra bougie. This is like Rolls Royce energy, Rolls Royce. Very demure. Like somebody asked that today, huh? Nah, I'm growing my hair out because I'm about to commit more time to the live stream, to the community, to Mystic Village. Because right now I'm spending Mondays at the temple, and I'm eventually gonna shift here by February and be here more, and more content and all these, adjusting my discipline, potentially 4-hour streams in the morning and night, and then making content in between. What's your favorite tea? God, that's a hard question. Tea that makes my life harmonious. My favorite tea, I don't even drink it on a daily basis because it doesn't balance me very well, but it's delicious, but I don't need it, One of my favorite teas, I can, from the top of my head, I got 2 minutes, because I study tea. I study how tea harmonizes your energy and your chakras. But I don't tell people about it, the details. Yeah, I just drink it to balance myself. It's Big Red Robe Da Hong Bao, which is a oolong that has it's the color is a liqueur, right? It's like a darker red tea. I also love Silver Needle because the energy of the Silver Needle is it's like really calming. It's like a deep calm, but it could be too calm and focused. So you make sure you don't overbrew your tea, or else this is the if you don't brew the tea correctly, the energy you feel is not going to be harmonious. If you drink too much tea, disharmony. Do they have absolutely. Some people tea is medicine. High quality tea is medicine. Even low quality tea is low quality medicine. But you want the loose leaf, the full leaf, because the leaf is, right, tea is grown in a high mountain. Right? So the air is cleaner, is above, right? The water and the rain, and then they pick the leaves, and then they dry in the air, in the sun and the air in a higher elevations. And then when it dries, it locks in the minerals, the nutrients. And then, right, green tea is just dried. And then some is rolled, pearled. Some people roast. Right? And as it ages, it becomes oolong tea. Green tea, white tea, oolong tea, and black tea all come from the same plant. I be knowing too much. Right. That's why I can't focus. Like, when I study something, I give my life to it, and then I just kind of okay, it's not meant for me. So now I just mostly, right, most of the tea, it comes from that one plant. I know, when I figured out, like, that's crazy. I just make it, when I drink something, I make sure does it make my life harmonious or disconnects me. Yeah. That's why I can't do too many things. I just need to master one or two things. It's why I couldn't get things done. I have a hyper focus. When I do have that focus, like when I studied film photography, I studied in my house. I developed the film in the restroom. Right? I took color photos, black and white. I wrote my own film. Right? I scan my own film. I print my own film. I darkroom printed at my house because I immerse myself in that art form because I become really, when I commit. So with tea, the same thing. And but oolong tea is what I love because it's partially roasted. Some of them, right? Partially roasted. Some of them aged longer. Tea guanyin has a beautiful floral note that's not too feminine. If you're looking to connect with more feminine side, jasmine, right? Flying snow, it's called flying snow jasmine or something like that. Right? Beautiful energy. When you roll the tea, you lock it. It creates more caffeine and more potency, but it makes it more masculine. When you let the tea leaves just be more open, the tea becomes more subtle and more delicate, which is why I love the Dragon Well green tea. It's delicate and it's really good for a gentle mental focus. But if you need a sharp focus, then you want the black tea. Works very well for people who have masculine energy. Right? Maybe coffee is too much for you. Black tea, it's like a lot less potency and sharpness. Anyways, I can go on and on and on and on and on about tea because that's what I used to do with Brother Charles. Spend a lot of time. Yeah. We love the tea talk. Where do you get your tea from? Many places, but locally, sometimes I have a friend, sometimes people in Austin, I just look for something not too expensive. I'm not, I try my best to save money. The more bougie, the more double pinky up tea sipping, you're gonna have to pay for it. But I just need one pinky up. And then eventually I found a source, but I don't want to reveal it because, I'm not trying to promote. I'm not trying to promote, that's all. Your thoughts on? I want you to just meditate and breathe. I just talk about the tea to share with you that I did study it for a while and I found great result. But that's not meant for me. Right? I was using tea to help harmonize people and it lead to heart-opening conversation. That's the whole, right? That's the beauty of the tea culture. It can lead to genuine healing if that's the intention. Or you can just be selling tea and that's good too. But I just look for the balance. Quality tea that isn't too much. Perfect. Because the more the, right. Imagine dragon well is a tea. There's like in China, there's 3 dragon well tea. I think it is dragon well, which is a type of tea. 3 trees, like, right, that is like 1,000 years old or something like that, right? The original. So the people who drink from the original tea is only in China. Right? Government officials and all these higher up, they sipping on the top of the top of the top. When we get it in America, it's called like 3rd grade, like, right, the best quality, the down, and then we drink the 3 or 4th stage down, and by the time it gets here, it's already older. Okay. That's why I realize when I purchase from a company that's larger, they can move tea faster. When the tea move faster, they have more fresh tea. Right? I'm not looking for bougie. I need freshness because I want the fresh energy instead of fancy tea, but it's old. This is the secret. Fancy tea is old. The energy, right, as you store the tea longer and longer, the prana, the chi in the tea starts to get dull. Yeah. And if that tea shop doesn't move tea quickly, then you may be getting something that's a year old or 2 years old. Thank you, J.A. William. And then, because when I roll in a tea shop locally, I straight up ask him, what's the freshest tea that you have in stock? And they can't even answer that question, so I never go back there again. I used to buy from them, it's good tea, but when you had great tea, you don't need amazing. You just need great. There's amazing and there's like profound tea, like makes you blink slow and you're like, like sipping really expensive wine once in a while. You know what I mean? When the tea's so good, you just sit there and you go, Is there an online tea vendor you use? Yes. Yes, but I'm not trying to reveal it. Because I don't drink it anymore. Well, I do drink tea, but I drink the super bougie now. Oh, let's just say it. I just one pinky up still. I drink matcha only now. Ceremonial grade matcha. But in ceremonial grade matcha, there's like 4 grade to 5 grade of ceremonial. There's like a low grade ceremonial and tip top. I just hit the middle. Just the middle. If you go to the very peak, you're like, it actually doesn't taste as good unless you drink it straight. Me, I make a ceremonial matcha latte, cause I'm bougie like that. Okay, I know I'm different. Okay, I like. It's a ceremony for me. Froth the milk, froth the green tea. It's meditative for me, and so that's why I enjoy it. Because before the stream, froth the milk, load the coffee, grind the coffee, right? Turn the machine on, shake the coffee up, put the ground in, right? You have to do the little thing. Make sure there's no clumps with that little tool. Put it in there, right? And froth the milk on the side. Make sure there's not too many bubbles so the texture of the milk has a silky texture instead of too frothy, easier to drink. But recently I have found this thing called fresh coffee beans. And my life has changed. If you can find a local source, of course there's a local coffee roaster. This is wow. Like imagine in tea, the best energy tea, ceremonial matcha, but it's expensive, right? Coffee also has great energy too. It costs more, but if you buy coffee beans that's from a local roaster, that's not older than 1 month, right? If you can buy the coffee that's roasted within 3 weeks to a month, the energy in that coffee is that the product energy is a lot higher, but you have to pay for it. Right. So and the reason why I need the best energy, everything, because what am I doing? I'm working with energy. So if I can slowly afford better tea, right? And it's not even like the best. I mean, realistically, the coffee beans is the best I can get. Right. I could get the best matcha, but it doesn't taste good anyways. The super bougie matcha, that ceremonial, is good by itself. I put milk in it, so I don't want the best because it doesn't taste good with it. So I just mid-grade. But with coffee, if you can afford the freshest roasted coffee beans, your life, when you drink it and you pay, especially if you pay attention to your energy, I start to see, wow, I'm never going back now. Right, so morning time coffee, evening time ceremonial matcha. What about cacao? I'm sure it works too. I'm sure you're drinking cacao in the morning. I noticed the caffeine effects is very sharp. But I'm sure that works. But me, I have yin energy. Right. Cacao, right. In the morning, you want the yang energy. In the evening, you want yin energy. Right. That's why, but don't abuse. Right. I only drink one in the morning. Right. If you drink more than one, your energy, you get too tired. Because what happens if you drink too much caffeine? Even though even though I'm resting, right? I have a good rate right now. But if you drink too much, it's like this all day. So when you go to sleep, what happens? Because you're overusing your body by consuming too much caffeine, and then when you wake up, you don't feel rested. So this is why you have to be aware, and energy drink is the worst culprit for bad sleep. Because why? It's like other chemicals, like nootropics or whatever, that they add in there that makes your mind, and then you get jittery, and then you crash, and then you drink more of it. Like the plant milk cream. Yeah. I'm not sure what yeah. When you snore, it means your body is so tired, you need to exhaust more. But whenever you don't abuse your body, now unless you're an athlete, right? I get it. Or unless there's times in your life you're gonna be tired as hell. But the issue is, if you're tired as hell all the time, what happens? It leads to sickness. Because you're abusing yourself. And then you don't know what that sickness will be. How do you cope with being miserable? We all know how people cope with misery. Drinking, smoking, eating a triple bacon cheeseburger with large fries, and a large Pepsi and a Frosty. And then you get home, you want to cope more, so you play Call of Duty, get DoorDash, and get now a bucket of sushi. Sad. Sushi's not bad, but when you eat a bucket. Welcome, little tree. I feel exposed by this chat right now. It's all good, man. I used to have insomnia. I used to just get 3 to 5 hours of sleep without choice. Now I sleep 6 hours, right? 6 to 7 by choice. But when it's not your choice, you're speaking my language with a sushi bucket. I used to eat buckets of sushi. Why? No discipline in life makes you overeat. And I used to eat buckets and I used to eat too fast. Now I take my time to chew my food because eating is something, it helps me slow down. So when I'm eating, because I know the consequence of not chewing your food completely, your stomach overworks itself. Right? And then you get tired. Are video games not? The thing is, you can play video games mindlike. You can have a healthy relationship with video games if you have a healthy intention with it. Most people don't go, well, how can I not spend too much time playing video games while still enjoying it? Most people aren't saying that. They're just like, dude, Diablo just came out. Elon Musk is number 3. I'm trying to get to that level. There goes 8-hour gaming right there. On the weekend. Whatever level he's at. Yeah. No, enjoy your friends. Well, how many hours you're gonna be on there enjoying with your friends? I used to enjoy with my friend at the karaoke bar too. Was that healthy? I spent 3 hours there too. Sake bombs, salmon sashimi, sipping on that Henny, singing some John Legend, some Usher. Right. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the street. You're like, boom, 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 boom. Can you dim the light? No, not right now. We're about. We got 20 more minutes before we do sound bath. Calm down. Golly. Maybe I should turn the light up. I have the opposite issue of wanting to sleep too much. Don't worry, you're not the only one. I learned a lot of valuable lessons about people from being a video gamer, and spirit guides made me a gamer for a purpose. Yeah. I used to play video games heavily. But I realized my future has not. I don't see in the future. I know that as I get older, I don't see myself playing video games, because I saw it as, instead of spending this time being entertained, Imagine I can use that to help people live streaming and playing bowls. And so I let it go because I realized I can't have a healthy relationship with game because they're designed to be addictive. They're designed for you to play more. Instead, I'm here for 5 hours in the morning and 5 at night. If I'm playing video games, then I won't be here right now. Because Diablo is too good. Team Fortress 2, too addicting. Guild War 2, Ragnarok. Bangya. Bangya. Planet Side 2, Star Conflict is too fun. Yeah. Of course you can find lessons everywhere. But sometimes it takes you away from yourself because we're addicted to it. And that's why I realize for me to be with myself, I had to take a break from the video game. I realized I was addicted. Most people don't want to recognize that. Why? That's inconvenient. Oh, I'm addicted. I can't go a day without it. Because when you're attached and you don't realize it, then it takes you away from yourself. While you BS yourself that it helps connect you, it's actually disconnecting you. It's like saying substance connect you when what in reality it disconnects you. But that's just my opinion. Because I want my friends to be, right? I'm looking for a more genuine heart-to-heart, and that, yeah. Connections I would not have in real life, no passport. Because you could imagine you could find something greater. You don't need a passport, you just need to connect with yourself. But oftentimes we're making all these reasons to not do it locally because we're doing, it's like realizing that you could find a relationship locally, but you don't because you're online doing long distance because it takes more effort to meet people locally. Right? And so many people do the online thing because they don't see your habits. They don't see the good, the bad, the ugly. You just show them what they want to see. There's less attachment. But when you have in-person friend, you learn a lot more about their body language, their baggage, their habit. When it's online, you just see them as an avatar and it's a casual experience. When in person, there's a lot more lessons involved, but people want to run from the social issue, right? We're scared of dealing with human beings. And so we'd rather date somebody using Tinder than to actually genuinely attract to somebody. Right? And so the online thing works if it's authentic and genuine, but a lot of what we're doing online is quote unquote socializing, but that socializing doesn't always relate to in-person socializing because the way people socialize in a digital world isn't always, right? It doesn't always translate to real world socializing. This is what is clear as day to me. That's why when we're in here, the goal is to do genuine socializing and engaging instead of just talking about, things that are comfortable. We learn to talk about things that are uncomfortable and improve, not just misery that looks for company and keep it that way. Right? So we're in here, we're expressing What's on our heart and then, that's dysfunctional, or things that we feel that's disharmonious, that lead to healing. Sometimes when you're doing it in the gaming world, you have misery, and it leads to more escapism through fantasy, which is like Final Fantasy gaming or Grand Theft Auto, which is an issue in itself. But I don't want to piss people off. It's like when you tell people smoking the herb is not healthy, many people get pissed off because they're like, no, it's natural. It's the same thing. When you disrespect it, you disrespect yourself. When you're overly entertained, it disconnects you from your life. But we're so attached to gaming, and for somebody to come and say, no. Right? For somebody to come and say, hey, look, there's quite a bit of downside to what you're doing. It's kind of offensive, because all you know is you've been playing games for since you were born. You've been, right? I grew up playing Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. From Super Nintendo, I played the Donkey Kong Country. Then I got my PS1. I got my Gran Turismo. I'm raising my Skyline GTR. Right? And then from there, you got a PS2. Then you're playing NBA Street Volume 2. Doing the Super Slam Dunk. Right? And so imagine all we know is this box. And it disconnects us from our social skill that we don't even know we need. And what do people say? I have social anxiety. No crap. You're spending so much time doing social, digital thing, right? Many people have social anxiety because they're spending so much time in the digital world that's not authentically connecting with people. It's just how the system and the matrix guide you to connect, but it doesn't always translate to real world skills. Sometimes it does, but a lot of the thing that, that's why when you see people who spend too much time gaming, their social skills really awkward. Why? Because they're not socializing with people they see in real life, but they're spending more time on Discord and behind an avatar. So the amount of insecurity that's happening is going on, it's sometimes we hide that, but instead we can strengthen the authentic human connection. That's the ice machine on again, I think. Many people have social anxiety because they're unaware of their psychic ability in people. No, people have social anxiety because nobody taught them how to socialize. Because you have to be taught manners and social skills. And sometimes your parents, like my parents, didn't teach me how to socialize. The one thing they taught me is respect adults. That's it. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sawadee kap. Sawadee kap. Right? But to engage and have a conversation, sometimes you don't know how because you're from another country. Right? And so everybody has psychic ability. Everybody has intuition. It's not, right? Everyone has it. What do you call your gut instinct, right? I feel it in my gut. And so when I see people say I'm an empath and I'm too sensitive, we're well, why don't you learn to tame it, or else you just be a victim of overly sensitive, skill. You have to learn how to tame it, or else you become a victim of your gifts and talents. And that's why we meditate. That's why we engage in real talk. And that's why it's easier for people to criticize you when you're mentoring people, because everyone's just trying to figure out how the heck to do this thing called life. Right? We're all just figuring, we're all just making it up, right? Our ancestors passed things down. Let's see. Show me someone who is hearing impaired or visually. That is someone. I mean, that's many people. Yeah. Yes, I'm aware that when you like, my wife does sign language. She's in the world where people don't hear. Some of them have cochlear, some of them have hearing aid, some of them is hard of hearing, and some completely deaf. The other senses are heightened, right? But also it's hard to harmonize in the mainstream consciousness, so it makes them develop these skills stronger. But you can also be taught how to harmonize if you have good mentors. The issue is you need good mentors, but instead we don't mentor each other because why? We don't have time. There's no money in it or whatever, right? Imagine when I'm on here engaging with you is donation based. Many people don't do this because they don't lead with the value of mentoring, helping people first, right? And so when it's not lucrative, why would they do it, right? So instead we just don't. So a lot of people live life with no mentor, and then they wonder why their life's not, like, their parents don't know better either, right? But many people who learn, they don't teach because there's no money in it to mentor people. So we just follow what does make money, but at what cost to humanity and society? What about the shamans, the mystics, the healer, Thank you, Anto. So that's why the shaman's missing, because, they're there, but maybe many people need mentors. And it's like some people don't want to be Buddhist, some people don't want to be Christian, but some do. Right? But most people are open to what? Just love. Just love. Yeah. And so whenever you as a person also have been through trauma, when somebody goes through trauma, their emotion is also heightened too. Right? When you've gone through darkness, right? That seed, it makes you more sensitive because you've been hurt, but it leads to the healing path oftentimes because you have to, or else you just live in misery your whole life, and that's what we're trying to prevent, And sometimes the mentor and the therapist try to mentor and therapy you, but they can't mentor and therapy their own life successfully. Right? And so you can see that, right? You can see why some therapists are more effective, why some pastors and some ministers are more effective, because they apply it to their life and find great result, and some don't apply completely to their life and don't have great result. It doesn't have to be profound result, right? But to have a great result is beautiful. Great result is I think that's why they call it greatness. That's a great standard. That's why it's called greatness. There's something beyond greatness, which is a profound experience, enlightenment. But when you hear greatness, it seems more possible than enlightenment. Like, I think I can achieve greatness, but when you talk about enlightenment, what the heck is that? Christ consciousness. Yeah. Let's see. People are on their path for a reason. Everything can be bad without moderation. Yeah, of course. Most people don't know how to moderate gaming. Who the heck? I'm gonna play games moderately. Right? And the social anxiety comes from addiction to something because you're not engaging with human being. You're engaging with a chat box, and it's not authentic. It's not genuine, right? Like we're doing the chat box and thing in here, but I'm making an effort to genuinely connect with you, not to just be cute and talk about BS, right? Not if you're on the spectrum. I mean, you can use, right? To me, when you say on the spectrum, I don't see that as a limitation. I don't see that as a reason, right? You're just different, but to see that, but the issue is the addiction, right? The gaming addiction or the attachment to the digital world that makes it inauthentic. This is what we're talking about. Whether you're on the spectrum or not, right? We have to settle. That's why we settle higher, right? But to say, because I'm on the spectrum, I have to do this, and I need to socialize using like gaming. I used to game also. Yes, I may not be on the spectrum, but for you to make being on the spectrum a reason, right? But that's okay. Don't let your spectrum hold you back. It's perceiving that being on a spectrum, you need to behave like this. Right? But that's okay. I'm not here to. Right. Right. I'm not here to convince you. It's just, I'm not here to live from limitations. We're not. Yeah. Well, the main part is that it's also hard to communicate through text and voice at the same time. Because, I'm also not saying gaming is bad. Right? I'm saying you can respect the gaming, but most people don't. Right? What's the healthy gaming time what do you think is the healthy amount of gaming for you? What's the healthy amount of TV? Right? I'm sure you could Google that. I looked into it. They say 2 hours. 2 hours of gaming. Right. What's the healthy amount of meditation? Yeah, it's different for everybody, but there's a time, like, it shouldn't be, you don't need 2 hours of meditation. To me, 15-20 minutes they recommend, right? But the main part is make your life work. But whenever you don't love yourself, how do you know how much amount of self-love is enough self-love? The whole goal is if you're genuinely happy. Who can know it's genuine happiness? Sometimes you're not genuinely happy, but you say you are. And this is why only you can know if it's genuine. I speak from my own experience. I used to play games heavily, right? 6 to 8 hours a day in the past. right? Sometimes we're addicted to things like adult content we don't even want to talk about. Hours and hours we're spending our time being so entertained to run away from our self-love. And that's why I'm passionate about what I'm doing, because I used to do all these things that disconnected me, but it made me feel dopamine. That dopamine was just covering up my misery. Right? And through meditation, I started to say, wait a minute, my life is mediocre as hell. Like what I'm doing with my life, I realize the life that I'm living, it's really mediocre. Right? I was doing all these things that seemingly I thought was happiness, but I didn't even feel joy. It was fun, but I didn't feel joy deeply. It was just like fun doesn't always mean it's fulfilled, and the way you define happiness doesn't always reach the heart sometimes. It's just for giggles, right? But to hear about this is not easy. That's why I'm not here to BS with you. I'm here to engage with a real conversation, and you don't have to agree. Right? I don't have to. It just through my own experience of playing games since I was a kid, all the way to owning a gaming laptop. Right? Then I realized I want to connect with more organic people in real life. Imagine me only doing Mystic Village online and don't connect with anything locally. Hell no, that's not the kind of life I want to live. I want to connect online and in person, right? Because I want to see human beings. Right? And so that's why it's real for me online, because I'm doing it locally too. If I'm just doing, before I started Spiritual Community, I was live streaming watching Michael Beckwith for 1 year. Singing songs with Agape International Spiritual Center, right? And I was like, after a year, I'm like, I need some human beings. I don't want to sing no more songs through a live stream. Right? And that's the whole goal, brothers and sisters. When you become inspired, then you're going to find your local community too. They're there. Yeah. But before that, I was like, yeah, I'm happy. Then I realized I wasn't happy. I wasn't miserable either. I was not fulfilled, because I used fulfillment as a guidance system. Right? Genuinely happy. Maybe a healthy amount of anything is when it doesn't negatively affect. The thing is, when you don't know when things are negative, when you're unaware of things negatively affecting you, when will you know? Like when you're in a relationship where you drain each other, you think you're in love, but it's a negative relationship. That when do you know? When it gets toxic, when it hits the fan. And so this is why speaking the truth that helps people is difficult, because sometimes they're living that toxic life and they don't know they're in a toxic relationship. They don't know their lifestyle is toxic until they know. And so that message is not profitable. So people don't talk like this, because most people aren't going to pay to hear this stuff, because what the hell, I'm going somewhere else. Right? So when card readers do card reading for you, they tell you what you want to hear so you can come back. Because if you start speaking the truth that pissed them off, they'll never come back. Why would they keep subscribing to you when you piss them off? That's why I always tell people, this stream ain't for everybody. Kumate, kumate. And I'm willing to fight for the truth. I'm willing to stand up. Stand up for right now. Like, it's not always comfortable, but I'm willing to stand up for what I truly believe is good for myself and humanity. And if you disagree, it's perfectly fine. I'm just here to follow through on what fulfills me in my heart. And I'm glad you're here. Because it's not easy to sit here, be here. But I think we're ready for some music. But let me use the restroom. Thank you for the beautiful. That's the kind of conversation I'm trying to have. Not always easy one. The one where people are like, yeah. Because you know why? I want to see some passion. I want to see you stand up for your belief and disagree sometime. Passion is real. Yeah. You are. Yeah. As long as you're fulfilled, that's all I care about. If you're completely fulfilled and genuinely happy in your life, keep living your life. The end. cat meditation. What? She was like following me in the room, like, you trying to steal my show? You trying to steal my show? Nah, she's been needy. Because my parents are in Thailand, so it's been quiet. Don't try to out-sass me. That's my job. Blue eye, white dragon. You want a cat ASMR here? My purring machine. You want more purring? Just keep. Cat ASMR. EQ you. Thanks. See, I EQ you. They did a study that showed cat purring heals diseases. Mèo Thai เหรอฮะเป็นครับ Siamese ประมาณเหมือนแบบน่าจะเป็นแมวไทยนะครับ Siamese, one of the 3-4 types of Siamese. You want reverb? Okay, let's see. Let's see how you sound on reverb. Okay, if we're going cat mode, then we're gonna play some chill vibes on here. She gets fulfilled pretty quickly. You can tell like, I'm almost satisfied. Now I'm in my head now. I can't. Yes. This cat likes the head scratching. But if you scratch anywhere else like that, bite. See? Yeah, not there, not there, not there. What are you doing? You know the rules. You need sound healing? Okay. Of course, if you don't keep petting her, eventually, like, all right, I'm done with you. It's like dogs are the same way. Like, hey, what? Who said you can stop scratching? Now, if I touch the dog and they feel tense, I just give them a full body massage instantly. She's really relaxed because been peaceful. But whenever I The dogs and cats, they take on the energy of the owner. So when I touch the animal, you can tell. Yes. In this community, we just are, what you see is what you get. But that's why we do deep talk and deep music that follows, because it gives you time to digest the feeling. That's why I tell people, you're not going to agree with everything we do in here or what we say, because you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. Some people like some part and don't like some parts, Because I'm just being me and you're just being you, and there's things we agree on and things we don't agree on. Sounds human to me. That sounds like life. Some of y'all have dogs. We got cats around here. Yeah. And some people really want who I am to match, what they want. But that's not how it works. What's your take on simulated reality? Life is all mental. It's all perception. Your perception is a simulated reality from your mind. But what is real? It's whatever the mind calls is real. But it's all here. Well, what's beyond the mind? What's beyond mental perception? Hey. What? Is there another cat in here? What was that? Another cat? How did another cat get in? How did the other cat get in here? Test 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2. It happens when you just eat one meal a day or lunchtime only. Your body clears it all. Yeah, shout out to the cat. Alright, looks like we're ready for the music. Yeah, fasting is so good for you if you can discipline discipline is not as easy as just, it's all difficult. So look, what we talk about in this community is quite challenging. You know what I mean? But that's why I'm on all the time, because it is difficult to maintain a life that's more optimistic, positive, and gratitude. But if you can maintain it, it becomes your life, right? Because you discipline yourself towards it. It's why I'm not, I haven't watched a full movie or played a game. I don't remember maybe I watched a movie, but playing a game, I wouldn't be here in front of you right now if I didn't have discipline on a daily basis. I would just stream once a day. Right? Why the heck would you stream 10 hours a day? I want to have fun. But imagine you can turn your dream into your life, and your life becomes your dream if you're willing to discipline. And if you're happy with your life, if you're genuinely happy with your life, that's enough. But this is why I use the word genuine happiness. Are you genuinely happy? No one can know that but you. And that's a hard question, because what does it mean to be genuinely happy to you? Everyone's definition is different. So you gotta check in on yourself. Are you genuinely happy? That's why I like to use the word I am fulfilled with my life. Yeah. But for you to figure that out, you need time to reflect and be with yourself. If you're too busy being entertained, you don't know who the hell you are, because the entertainment industry has captured your consciousness. Marketing industry. Some people are more excited about Grand Theft Auto 6 than their own life coming out, you know. Some people are more excited about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight than their own internal fight. Right? Did you hear Jake Paul was gonna fight Conor McGregor now? Oh my gosh. And then they still like, Right, so our standards for life evolve and mature as we evolve and mature internally. But if you don't evolve and mature externally, you evolve and mature your ego. And then you eventually later, you realize you're not actually happy with your life. So you don't realize it until you do. And hopefully, you still have the willpower to believe in yourself. Because some people, they just think, well, I'm 50 years old. It's too late to follow my dreams. You hear about people turning 30 years old, like, it's too late to follow my dreams now. 30 years old and you start having that kind of limiting mentality already. So what do? Well, if you don't have a purpose in life, you're just going to be entertained the whole time with no calling. You celebrate when the system tells you to celebrate. You get excited when the system tells you to get excited. You get sad when they tell you to get sad, but you don't know who the hell you are. And that is a big issue. It's never too late. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the title of this stream is Be Thankful Sound Bath. Because I want to keep this week. Gratitude. Gratitude. Be thankful sound bath. Of course, I'll clear the energy soon, but I'm aware it's a little ungrounded. It's all good. It doesn't need to be perfect all the time. Be thankful sound bath. Okay, save. And on. Alright, I'm going to restart the YouTube, okay? Stop the YouTube. On YouTube, it's gonna call World Gratitude Meditation Daytime Morning. Boom. Day 5. Day 5. Wednesday. Let's stick to world peace.